You ever wonder how some people just get lucky all the time? No, I'm not talking about getting lucky in terms of getting laid. I'm actually talking about luck, and it seems that everything they do seems to work out so well for these people. I've been there before and been so frustrated that everybody else around me seems to just have things line up all the time. But what I started realizing is that it wasn't luck. They created their own situation. And so in this episode, I'm going to teach you how to get lucky in a 5-step process that I've worked my way through and help other people work their way through. It's so powerful, and to be honest, wasn't as difficult as I thought it would be, but it does take action from you. So the first thing you need to do is know what you want. This is so critical, and I've talked about this many times in episodes before, that if you don't have an idea of something that you want, a relationship that you want, a business that you want, if you don't have an idea of how much money you want to make, those things aren't going to happen. You're lost. Your brain doesn't know where to go. Your subconscious mind gets scattered, and honestly can cause a lot of stress and even anxiety. So understanding where you want to go is the first step. Have an idea of the life that you want. Relationship, job, where you want to live, any of these things. Have an idea. My suggestion is to write it down. If you're still not sure on the life that you want and what that looks like, use that reverse or inverted thinking. Write down all the things that you don't want in your life. Write down the fact that maybe you don't want to be poor anymore, or you don't want to be in bad relationships, or you don't want to live where you are right now, or you don't want to work for somebody else. Write all those things down. Then go through that list, and each one of those invert it. What is the opposite of that? Start with that, because now you at least have a direction. It doesn't have to be pinpoint, but you have a direction on where you want to go. So that's the first step to getting lucky. The second step, and this I find is so critical, and most people miss out on, myself included previously, was preparation. You have to prepare 3 ways. 1, you have to prepare physically. If you are wanting somebody in a relationship and you want them to be sexy and look a certain way, if you're not doing that physical work yourself, it's gonna be really hard for you to find somebody like that. Maybe if you're wanting to build a career in movies, you got to go to somewhere where they create a lot of movies. So that's physically preparing, moving yourself to that area that's going to allow you to have the best chance to accomplishing that goal. Next, you need to be able to mentally prepare. So that's step 2 on that, is mentally prepare. For me, it's visualization. It's closing my eyes every day. I do it for 10-15 minutes and visualize the life I want. Sometimes it's big, sometimes it's little. A great example is I actually did it this weekend when I was playing a touch football tournament. We were in a pretty competitive division, and on the way to this tournament is about a 5-minute drive. I closed my eyes and I was visualizing what I wanted to happen, because I play defense, and I was visualizing the plays I wanted to make, and I was visualizing it. So I was mentally preparing. My subconscious mind was getting ready for these things to happen. Crazy part is it happened in that short amount of time. I ended up getting an interception and ran it back for a touchdown, and it was way bigger and way more exciting than I even saw it in here. But I was mentally preparing for it, and on top of that, I was emotionally preparing for it. So that's the other step of that preparation too, is that you can't just physically do it, you can't just mentally, but you gotta emotionally start feeling it in here, what it would feel like to be in that relationship, to have that job, to start that business, to get the raise, to move, to travel, whatever, to start feeling it in here, so that way when it comes, you're ready for it. And that way, that feeling of excitement, that uncertainty, doesn't become dangerous anymore, because our subconscious mind will want to preserve us from anything that's new and different. Because that's what it's designed to do if we don't train it. And that leads to the 3rd step. The 3rd step is openness. Being ready to receive this and being open to what could come your way. You have to be open that these things will probably stretch you. These things that come your way will probably force you to do something uncomfortable, something difficult even, or challenging. You have to be open to the possibilities that could come with this new change, to the possibilities that this relationship that is coming your way could be absolutely amazing and the greatest relationship you've ever been in. That this new job could be the exact thing that you were looking for, or this opportunity, this phone call that you get could be that thing. So being open to what comes your way and not shutting it down, because that is old habits, that is old programming telling you that this new thing here that you see coming is a little bit dangerous and scary, so we should move away from it. And that's why that preparation is so critical. The fourth step, and I find this to be so key, is speed. You must move when these opportunities come. The girl of your dreams could be just walking down the street and walking next to you, and you have that moment that you have to act. The opportunity to make a big play in your sport, hockey, football, basketball, doesn't matter, comes quickly. You have to be ready to act when it comes. That job opportunity might only come once. You have to be ready for it. A really great tool I ask myself all the time in those moments when I have just a few seconds to think about it is, would myself 5 or 10 years from now regret not at least exploring and being open to that possibility? If the answer is yes, then do it. A big part of this in having speed and being able to do this and being able to navigate those challenges in that moment is having strength and trusting your gut. Your gut is that feeling that you have in your body. It's hard to verbalize. To be honest, our brains and our body there sometimes get that disconnect. But when you trust that gut feeling, that deep inside that thinks, oh, I should just take that shot. I should just ask that girl. I should just talk to that guy. I should just make that phone call. The more you trust your gut, the stronger your trust in yourself will become, and the bigger that awareness of that gut feeling will be. If you're struggling with that gut feeling and not sure what it is, you need to go back to step 1, 2, and 3. You need to go back to knowing what you want. You need to go back to being prepared, physically, mentally, and emotionally. You need to go back to being open for those feelings when they come, and being open for it to stretch you a little bit, make you uncomfortable, because it's not always going to come at the most convenient time. It's never or rarely just the most convenient time that that big opportunity comes. Sometimes you meet the person in your dreams when you're going through the shit. It's okay. A great example is when I was playing football. It doesn't come at the most convenient time when I'm just standing there all by myself and the quarterback says, hey, here's the ball, go ahead and get 6 points on us. No, I have to act quickly, and you have to make a decision and take that shot. You have to do it fast. Another great example is in hockey. Nobody just lets you go by and take a free shot and says, yeah, don't worry, you take your time and the goalie's not ready. Take your time and we'll let you shoot it. No, you have to act quickly. You got to trust yourself, and by building that self, and trust your gut when those moments come. And again, if you're not sure what that looks like, take a minute, close your eyes, breathe, feel what it feels like if that a possibility happened, if you did talk to that person, got that job, started that business. Does it make you a little bit nervous and excited? Probably means you need to take that shot. The more you trust your gut, and I say this because I didn't for so many years, I would listen to other people's words and I would get so up in my head about what was going on that I would stop trusting my gut. And every time I didn't, a bad decision happened. Something later down the road that I didn't see coming would hit me. So trusting your gut, taking that minute, noticing how you're feeling. And when it comes, act quickly. Big opportunities rarely come at a moment of our choosing. They come when we're going through the shit. And that's okay. That's a moment for you to rise up and move and become a better version of yourself. Become the next version that you want to be, the next best thing that you can become. So once you've made that decision, you've taken that shot, you've asked that person out, you've started the business, you've pulled the trigger on whatever it was, the last thing you need to do, and this is so critical and something I've struggled with and I'm recently moving through, is acceptance. Allowing the good things to come to you. Allowing that relationship to come to you. If you want more money, letting it come to you. I know it sounds weird to say, but I've seen this so many times, especially in relationships. My own relationship too, where I want a partner that does all these things and likes football like I do and wants all the same things. And when you have it, you freeze because you're not sure, because you've never had it before, and you panic. So you get scared and your nervous system says, oh my God, this is new, this is different, we've never had this before. What do? You need to learn to accept that. You need to learn to accept that those things can happen, and that this isn't just us on a whim figuring it out. Is that we've taken actions, we've taken steps, we've had an idea, we've prepared, we've been open, we've acted on it, and now it's finally here. We need to accept that. For myself in my relationship, it was exactly that. I finally have a partner that I've been dreaming of my whole life, and I get it, and I almost messed it up a few times because I was so nervous, because I've never had it, and so I didn't really actually understand how to actually accept it. I didn't understand how to accept that love, that care, that somebody really supported me all the way through everything I did. I'm recently experiencing this with money, and that was a struggle for me because I growing up in a Christian family, and money was the root of all evil, which is not. It's horseshit. Don't listen to that. Money doesn't care. It doesn't have an opinion. It's just currency. It's an exchange of energies. But my relationship with money, as soon as I realized that I was pushing away money, I can think now multiple times where people were offering me money because I helped them do something, or I did something nice for them, or an exchange or something, or they want to save me some money on this or whatever. And multiple times I said no. And for some people in certain situations, they go, that's crazy. How would you do that? It's just what happened. Maybe you've been there before, but somebody offers to buy you lunch. You go, oh, no, I don't know, it's okay. And somebody offers you to do this or give you some money for something to help you out with something, and you reject it. When you do that, you break all of that work you previously did. Those 4 steps you did previously mean nothing if you don't accept once that thing comes to you. You have to be willing to accept it. And if you're someone like me that was always taught to give first, giving takes 2 people. It takes one person to give and it takes the other person to receive. If you don't receive, that other person can't give. And you're rejecting them the joy of giving. Because I've done that lots where I give to somebody and I love the feeling of it. I love the feeling that I give somebody and they're so happy about it. It's exciting. It feels good for both of us. Increase our serotonin. We both feel happy. It's amazing. But that person has to accept it. It's the same thing going the other way. I have to accept it when somebody wants to do something nice for me and show their appreciation for me. Monetarily, whether it's with actual money or maybe it's with helping out with something else, accepting those things when they come, accepting the job when it's there, accepting that relationship when it's there, accepting the business when it's in your hands, letting it come to you. I'll end this point on one of my favorite stories. And it's of a man that was caught in a storm. And so the story goes, this man was in a storm and his house was, a hurricane and a flood were coming. And he's sitting outside his house and he's praying to God. And he said, God, help me get out of this mess. I can't get out of here. I'm trapped. And a few minutes later, a vehicle comes by. And the guy says, hey, hop in. I can take you and get you out of here. The guy goes, no. God's going to save me. God's going to save me. And the guy says, are you sure? He's like, yeah, no, God's going to save me. No, it's okay. God's going to save me. Car drives away. A few hours later, the water's up to his waist. His area is flooding. And a boat comes by. Hey, get in the boat. I can save you. No. God's going to save me. And so the boat goes off. An hour later, he's on top of his roof. And the water is up to his roof and he's almost drowning. And he's praying to God, God, why won't you save me? And a helicopter comes by. Says, hey, we can save you. Get in the helicopter. He says, no. God's going to save me. And then the man drowns and goes to heaven. And he goes to God and says, God, why didn't you save me? And he says, I did. I sent 3 people to save you, and you didn't accept it. You didn't accept the gift that was right in front of you. And it sucks because I've been there before and realizing like, wow, I have these amazing things and I'm rejecting it because I'm not used to it. So accept those things when they come. Let it sink in, let it feel good. It's okay to let that feel good and for you to accept it, because giving is a 2-person. It takes 2 people to give. 1 to accept, 1 to give. And it's an amazing circle. So if you want to get lucky in your life, follow that 5-step process. Have an idea of the life you want. Prepare physically, mentally, emotionally. You must prepare. Take those small steps. If you need to move, if you need to start handing out resumes, if you need to start talking to different people, if you need to visualize the life that you want, that's preparing. Being open, ready that these things can come in, open to the idea that it can be, it might not be this pinpoint thing. It might be a bigger thing that you don't even realize because you've been so narrowly focused. Being open that it's going to stretch you and it could pull you and it could be uncomfortable. Be open to that. Number 4, speed. You must act once that time comes. Please don't make the mistakes that I've made and that I've recently seen with people that I care about, when they tell me that they want to make a certain amount of money and they want this certain life and it's offered to them in their hands. And I've seen it literally this last weekend, offered to them in their hands saying, here you go. And they go, no, I need more time. I'm not ready. Right? And it's because they didn't do step 1, 2, and 3. And that's why they didn't get that opportunity. And then the last step there is to accept. Accept once it's actually there. Accept that you can have the relationship that you want, that it is a good relationship, that your boyfriend is actually an amazing boyfriend, or your husband or your girlfriend or partner, that job opportunity is actually really amazing. Accept that you can have money flow to you and it flows away from you and it moves and it's a good thing, that you can live the life that you want and create the life that you want. So my only request with these is that if you found value in this, please share it, because this is something I spend so much time doing. And more importantly, I get so excited because I know there's other people out there that might feel the same way, or have gone through similar things. So if you knew somebody that's going through this stuff that feels like anytime something good could happen, they push it away, share this episode with them. If they're not sure, if they listen to this episode, or if you're listening to this episode and you don't really understand, or maybe it just seems odd, please reach out. I would love to talk to you about it. I would love to go in more depth about this conversation and how you can build that life, because that is my purpose here, is to help you see that you are an amazing human and that you have an amazing amount of gifts, but you have to be able to stretch and be willing to be uncomfortable to do that, to live that best life that you want. So thank you so much for listening, and I'll catch you on the next episode. Bye for now.